So progressive music has never really been about standing still. It's the sound of imagination set loose, shifting time signatures, soaring melodies, and stories that stretch far beyond the ordinary. From heavy, churning riffs to cinematic folk whispers, today's prog scene is alive with bands who are reinventing the genre for a new era. There are some that are seasoned veterans, but others that are fresh explorers, but all share one goal: to take you somewhere that you've never been before. I'm starting off today's look with Tesseract, and originated from Milton Keynes in the early 2000s, and they spearheaded what become known as the Djent, a rhythmically complex offshoot of progressive metal. Now, from the start, they aim beyond riffs, weaving atmosphere, melody, and widescreen storytelling into their sound. In 2023, they released War of Being, their most ambitious project yet. More than an album, it's a narrative world where characters X and L navigate the surreal Strangeland. Across its runtime, Tesseract balanced crushing grooves with lush cinematic textures and deeply felt vocals. The 11-minute title track stands as a sprawling showcase of their full power. For something immediate, The Grey distills everything fans love about the band into one track. With War of Being, Tesseract secured their place as one of prog metal's defining voices of the decade. Now, formed in Andorra in 2001, Persephone blend technical death metal with expansive progressive atmospheres. Now, over 2 decades, they've built a reputation for complex arrangements and real philosophical storytelling. Their 6th studio album, Metonia, from 2022, continues that ambition with rich, layered compositions. The record balances brutality and melody, showcasing the band's dynamic range. Consciousness Part 3 is a sweeping instrumental centerpiece, highlighting their compositional skills. The single, Merkibar, delivers a concise burst of energy and emotion. Persephone proved that prog metal can be both intricate and deeply moving. Metanoia is a testament to their evolution and mastery of the genre. Now, the Arc Light sessions emerged really in the 2010s, focusing on cinematic, symphonic-leaning progressive rock. Their music blends lush keyboards, dynamic guitar, and melodic clarity. A Mirage for the Stars in 2025 is their most polished and accessible release yet. This album balances grandeur with intimacy, offering music that works in headphones or on a speaker system. Tracks flow seamlessly, yet each has its own identity. The single, Don't You Know Me, captures these cinematic and melodic strengths. The Arc-like sessions show that modern prog can be immersive without being overlong. A Mirage for the Stars is an ideal entry point for new listeners. How about Norway's Dim Grey, who combine art rock, post-rock, and orchestral elements into cinematic soundscapes? Their early albums, Flown and Firmament, introduced their dramatic narrative-driven approach. Shards from 2025, though, expands their sonic palette with lush textures and dynamic contrasts. Songs shift from intimate acoustic passages to sweeping crescendos. The production emphasizes space and detail, allowing each instrument to shine. Mare remains a standout track, showcasing the band's atmospheric depth. Dim Grey reward both single-track listening and full album immersion. Now, Shards confirms them as one of modern art rock's most compelling acts. Quite well known to me as Calandra, who fuse Norwegian folk influences with cinematic rock and ethereal vocals. They debuted The Line in 2020 and returned with A Frame of Mind in 2024, a darker, more expansive record. The album combines tribal drums, shimmering guitars, and haunting melodies. Calandra balanced lush soundscapes with intimate human emotion. Lyrics blend mythic imagery and personal reflection, giving the music a real depth. Borders is a perfect introduction, highlighting their balance of earthiness and ethereality. The band creates music that feels both timeless and contemporary. A Frame of Mind showcases their cinematic, emotive artistry. Next up, we've got UK's Tribe 3, who merged alternative rock sensibility with modern progressive structures. Their debut album, Life Amongst Strangers, from 2025, is conceptually ambitious while remaining accessible. Songs balance emotive vocals and intricate instrumentation, and some subtle rhythmic complexity. The band prioritises melody alongside technical skill, creating music that's both engaging and nuanced. The title track, Life Amongst Strangers, exemplifies their blend of depth and tunefulness. Production is sleek, highlighting the clarity of each instrument. Tribe 3 proved that modern progressive rock can feel immediate without losing sophistication. Their debut marks them as a band to watch, make no mistake. Sweden's Anekdoten formed in the early 90s, creating dark mellotron-driven progressive rock. Their music combines heavy, brooding textures with intricate instrumental interplay. Until All the Ghosts Are Gone from 2015 is a late career highlight, rich in tension and atmosphere. The album balances melancholy and power with sweeping arrangements that ebb and flow like tides. Earlier tracks like Nucleus showcase their signature intensity and complexity. Their sound nods to King Crimson while remaining distinctly their own. The record rewards attentive, immersive listening. Anekdoten continue to be one of Scandinavia's most revered progressive rock exports. What about New Jersey's Return to Earth? These guys combine alternative metal heaviness with progressive ambitions and electronic textures. Drummer Chris Penny drives their rhythm with precision and energy. Automatum in 2010 remains their most fully realised studio work so far, blending aggression with melody. Songs shift seamlessly between industrial grit and soaring choruses. The band emphasises cohesion, making the album feel both immediate and intricate. You Will Be Replaced is a prime example of their balance between heaviness and accessibility. Even years after its release, the record still sounds fresh and innovative. Return to Earth proves progressive rock can be edgy, modern, and emotionally resonant. Now, Oddleaf operate in the realms of melodic, progressive-infused alternative rock. Their songs emphasised emotional vocals, layered guitars, and dynamic builds. Where Ideal and Denial Collide from 2025 shows them refining their widescreen cinematic sound. Tracks balance intimacy with anthemic energy flowing seamlessly across the album. Production highlights subtle textures whilst keeping melodies really up front. Life is a standout, encapsulating the band's emotive and expansive approach. Oddleaf prove modern progressive rock can be heartfelt without being overcomplicated. The album rewards both casual and deep listening. Quite well known are the Tangent, led by Andy Tillison, in his long-blended symphonic rock, jazz influences and clever lyricism. The 2024 release To Follow Polaris is largely a one-man studio effort but brims with variety and energy. Long suites coexist with shorter melodic pieces, showcasing Tillison's compositional skills. The music balances complexity with accessibility, maintaining narrative and musical coherence. The Northern Sky is a concise introduction, whilst the Anachronism delivers epic scope. The band demonstrates the Tangent's ability to stay inventive after decades. Each track combines technical skill with emotional impact. To Follow Polaris confirms the project's enduring creative vitality. German veterans Everon are known for melodic, symphonic-tinged progressive rock. After years of silence, they returned with Shells in 2025, a 12-track album blending rockers, ballads, and extended epics. Songs highlight expressive vocals, elegant keys, and guitar work that serves the composition. The production is clear and modern, allowing textures to breathe. Standout tracks include No Embrace, the atmospheric title track, and the epic Flesh. The album explores themes of identity, resilience, and emotional depth. Everon balance complexity with accessibility, appealing to long-time fans and newcomers alike. Shells itself is a triumphant return to form. The Paradox Twin from Reading in the UK crafts cinematic, narrative-driven progressive rock. Their 2021 album Silence from Signals explores themes of family and neurodiversity through expansive soundscapes and dual vocals. The music balances patient post-rock-like builds with melodic choruses. Songs convey emotion and story without overwhelming technical display. Wake Vortex and Sea of Tranquility provide approachable entry points for new listeners. The album flows as a cohesive arc whilst retaining track-by-track individuality. This band excels at marrying conceptual ambition with emotional resonance. Silence from Signals marks them as a modern progressive rock act with a unique voice. Now, as a bonus, I have a band really hot off the press. Cobalt Wave, hailing from Gdansk in Poland, crush onto the progressive rock scene with their 2025 release, Men, Mind, Machine. The band fuses sharp, electronic textures with melodic rock, crafting a sound that's really both heavy and hypnotic. Lyrically, it tackles isolation, inner conflict, and the uneasy dominance of technology in modern life. Open a New Religion sets the tone with a digital age critique, whilst tracks like Starbound Explorers take listeners on a sprawling cosmic journey. Nothing to Win and Welshmeres dive deep into existential frustration, balancing introspection with musical sophistication. Cobalt Wave's arrangements are intricate but really never indulgent, letting emotion and atmosphere take centre stage. Now, by blending futuristic themes with classic prog sensibilities, they create an album that feels both urgent and timeless. Then, Mind Machine announces Cobalt Wave as a band to watch. Ambitious, cerebral, and unapologetically modern. There we have it, 12 bands, 12 different worlds, and a bonus band thrown in as well, but each one proves that progressive music is as vital and adventurous as ever. And whether you crave the technical ferocity, the cinematic soundscapes, or melodies that linger long after the song ends, these artists are carrying the torch forward. Now, if you got as far as Cobalt Wave, please write bonus in the comments section so I'll know you got to the end, and it will just be our secret. Now, I shot a video earlier on that lists more modern bands flying the progressive flag, and that's the video I want you to watch next. I'll see you over there.